Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, write a Java program to demonstrate date format. Let me explain this with practical demonstration. I need to write a Java program to demonstrate date format. There are two ways, guys. One is old way and other one is the latest way. So this is the latest way. Okay, old way is this one using simple date format of date, whereas latest way is date time formatter of local date time, zone date time. Lot of things are there. Okay, I'll explain all the things in clear for you so that you'll understand what exactly is going on here. Fine. First, I'll show you the old way. Okay. So earlier people used to format the date with the help of simple date format class. Okay, and they used to use a predefined class known as date class. I'll explain this, how to format the date with the older format. Now the things have got changed. In the latest versions, we got the latest things like date time formatter in place of simple date format. We have local date time, okay, local time, local date, okay, and zone date time, like that kind of classes we got in the latest thing. And for these classes, we should not be using simple date format. Rather, we have to use date time formatter. Okay. So anyhow, whatever it may be, now what we can do is I'll switch to the Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll just name this class as class 1. With main method I'll create. I'll use the oldest one. That is simple, guys. It's very simple. Date is equal to new date. You need to create an object for the date class. Okay. Control Shift O. Import it from java.util package. Okay. Then you just print it out. You just print out the date. In what format it is coming by default, you can see. By default, when you print the date as it is after creating an object for the date class and print it out, you will get the date and timestamp printed in this format. You see, this is a format in which it is getting printed. Tuesday, May 07, 15 colon 11 colon 06 IST 2024 is coming, right? Now what I will do here is, I would like to change the format, okay? This is the original format that is coming. When I print in the raw format, if I print the date object, it's coming like that. But if I want to change the format, then I need to create an object for simple date format. SDF is equal to, need to create an object for the simple date format class. Simple date format. And here we need to provide the format, guys, that you want, okay? Control Shift O. Simple date format will be imported from java.text package. And here we have to provide the format here, guys, whatever the format you want. First, let's say you want a date to come, DD slash month to come, capital MM per month. In the number format, date will come. For example, here, day is what, 07. Okay, MM, if you see, that is in the month, 05. And here, year, Y, space, date, month, year, hours, capital HH, minutes, lowercase mm. Yes, that's the reason month is in capital letter and minutes are in lowercase. Okay. Then SS stands for, seconds. Fine. So far so good. We'll try to, convert that SDF dot. This is a format. I just created a template kind of format. This template I need to apply for this particular date so that this date will not print in this way, original way, rather in the given format, it should print. So for that, I need to use the object reference of simple date format. And there's a method known as parse method. Okay, SDF dot parse, and you have to pass the date here. Parse this particular date according to this simple date format. I think so. This is the one. Change type of, yeah, SDF dot format is also there, guys. SDF dot format, not parse. Format is there. I have to give the date here. Okay. Once I do that, hold the mouse on the format. I should not be using parse. I should be using format here. Okay. Using this object reference of simple date format, I have to call this format method. It will return you the date in the string format. String. Okay. Date, modified date. Okay. MF date, modified format date. Okay. The date is modified with a different simple date format. Okay. MF date, I'll print it out. Okay. Here I printed original date format and this is modified format date format. Okay. Just run this out and see whether the date is getting modified or not. You see, Tuesday, instead of that, what is the format that is coming? Originally, it was like this. Tuesday, May 7th and all those stuff. Now, how it is coming? You can clearly see here, guys. You can clearly see. Or you can do one thing. Yeah. Just see here. First date should come, month should come, year should come. Here, day, month number, and year number. Followed by what is there? Hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, like that. Hours, minutes, seconds. In that same format you got. You see, this is a format you got, guys. This is a format you got. Okay. So this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. But this is outdated already. Okay. So it's an old one. Why? When there is something new and everyone is recommending you to use the latest one, why we have to go with the old one? That's the reason I'll comment this out. Okay. I don't want to use the old one anymore. Okay. Whatever I want to increase my knowledge and all right, I would like to go with the latest one. So shift to, and here for the latest one, we have different classes, guys. Okay, either local date time. I mean, local date class is there, local time class is there, local date time is there. If you want to get both date and time, instead of local date and local time, you go with local date time. That will give you the local date time will give you the both date and time it will give you. If you go with only local date, for example, if you go with only local date, only date will come. If you go with only local time, only time will come. But if I say local date, time, dot, okay, I'll say now. Just you call this method now, predefined static method of local date time. It will return you the local date time, LDT, I'll say, for now, short form. Okay, LDT is equal to create an object reference, declare that the return type of this is same, that is local date time. Once that is done, now come back here and say LDT dot. Okay, so here I would like to print the LDT. Okay, original O date, I will say. Okay, original format date. Okay, before changing the format, what is it? What is I'll simply instead of giving this, I'll give LDT only, guys. Otherwise, okay, LDT before the format has been changed. Run this, and you'll get the output with the date. You see, this is how it comes originally: 2024-05-07 T for timestamp, 15:16. That is hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Like that, we are getting. Now I want to change the format. For that, date time, I have to use what? To use the latest one. In place of simple date format, I have to use date time format dot. Then here we have to use a method, guys, of pattern. Okay, of pattern method we have to use. Of pattern, what is the pattern you want that you have to write down here. Okay, for example, the same pattern if you want, just copy paste the same pattern. Okay, dd/mm/yyyy hours, minutes separated by colon. I don't want this much big. I just want this format. Okay, I just want this format, guys. Okay, this format I want. This is a format I want. Okay, so what for that? Already off pattern I have used. It is returning is date time format is DTF. I'll say DTF is equal to over the mouse create local variable. Okay, then here DTF dot. You have to use a method here. DTF dot. Okay. Dot. One minute. Let me see here. Date format. Already we have taken the format, and from that format we have to get the required thing, right? So DTF dot. Am I getting any format? Format LDT. This LDT I have to format the semicolon here. The format method, the same format method that you are using here, right? Here date I'm passing here. Format in that particular date. It will return you the string. String mf date modified date is equal to system.out.println. System.out.println. Just print out that modified date format. Mf date. Original it is LDT, local date time format, and then modified date will be coming in this particular pattern. Okay, dd/mm, like that it will come. Just see the output here, how it is coming. Say control minus minus so that you can see the code and output together. Control plus, control plus, not coming, control plus. I'll just go here and see. Yeah, now it looks good. Yeah, here you see, guys, what is the format I'm getting? In the original format, it was like this, okay? LDT, if I directly print the object of this raw object of this local data, I'm getting like that. Now, when I'm printing it, I'm getting 07, 05, 2024, 15, colon, 18, colon, 54. Okay, 15, colon, 18, colon, 54. Okay, like that I'm getting. Okay, then there are a lot of things to explore, guys. This is a way to format a particular date in the old way and the latest way, but all the things changes here, guys. Okay, what format you are giving matters. Okay, what format here matters, guys. I'll just comment this out to show you what type of formats exist. When you use this format, what will happen? When you use this format, what will happen? I tell you. So here, what are the different examples I collected is only DD, MM, Y. Okay. So DDMM, only this part if I am showing, timestamp will not come this time, okay? This time timestamp will not come. Run this code and observe that timestamp will not come. Only day, month and year are coming, okay? Only day, month, year are coming. What are the other examples? I'll comment this out, okay? Just to show you all the different possibilities for practicing. I'll just give you all the different formats and, example timestamp formats that we can provide inside the of pattern method of date time formatter here. That is other one is, this one is completed. Okay. This one is another format. Instead of using, forward slash and all, you can use this one where hyphen will come in between and similar things are there. Okay. Run the code, right click run as Java application. Whatever the format you mentioned, that only it will come. Use it 2024 hyphen 05 hyphen 07 space 15 20 56. 15 20 somewhat around 21 26 or whatever it is. Okay. Then comment this out and copy this again, different formats you try here. You cannot take separate programs for this. AM, PM, if you want, you can write this one. If you want AM, PM also to come, write this one. And here you will see month, date, year, hours, minutes, seconds, and A is there. Okay. A for AM or PM. Now it is PM. At my time zone, it is 3:21 PM. Okay. 15:21 means 3:21 PM. So let's see whether the PM will come or not. In the timestamp, you see PM came. Okay, because A is there here. Like there many things will be there, guys. Whatever I collected, I'll try to demonstrate here different time. I can also put Z here. Before going for Z, let's go to Z at the end. I'll tell you what is the reason. Now, if you don't want month to come, the month is coming like this, right? Month is coming what? 05 month. It's coming instead of 05, I want it to be like May. Then in that case, what I have to do? I'll write in a different format. That is, here, this is a format, and right? Here I'll say yum. Three yums. Okay, short form of month will come. Instead of number, right, you will get April. For instead of APARIL, you will get APR. Instead of November, you will get NOV, like that. Here May is there. For May only will be there. I will not be able to demonstrate because the current one is like that. But at least you will get something. Short form should come here. You say May will come because only three letters are there, right? So we can't do much. If you have a particular month like June or something, right? JUN will come instead of JUNE here. Okay, that's what you have to understand. The next one, you can try that in the June month. Okay, and see instead of complete June text, I will get here. If I give yum also, the same thing will come because May will have only three letters, but here all the four letters should come. That is, in place of June, JUN instead of JUN, you should get JUNE. But in May, only three letters will be there. I can't help you. In February, FEB will come if you use MMM. In case of this one, you will get February. Okay, complete text you will get. Okay, that's the difference. Four M's if you put, that's the difference. Then EEEE also is there. Okay, I'll give you what is that EE. So here I'll copy this. Here and here before that also I'm using. This will give you the day. Like today is what, Tuesday, right? Tuesday will be printed. Okay. Right click run as the application and Tuesday will be coming in the output. You see Tuesday has come completely. Okay. If I use only three E's, what will happen? Let's see. I'm using here four E's. But if I use three E's, okay. If you use three E's instead of four E's, I'll reduce one of the E. and run the code here, right click, run as Java application. You will get Tuesday, TUE. Okay, Tuesday. Okay, short form you'll get. Same thing will happen with month also. You'll get the short form. If you give full form, you will get full form. 4 M's means full form. 3 M's means short form. Okay, 4 E's means full form like Tuesday. Here TUE will come. Okay, like that. And then finally we can go with the time zone. That is which time zone, okay, you belong to. So first of all, to understand the time zone, guys, I have to explain something new for you. I'll just comment. Sorry, I'll just put it open here. And I'll go to one more class here because I need to explain about time zone separately. You see, if you want to answer the questions, right, you can easily answer, no problem. But you should have the knowledge. Okay, that's the reason I'm combining the knowledge along with the answer for this interview question so that you will be pretty sure like what is old, what is new, what is latest, what we have to do in this kind of situations. You will have all the idea. If you get any other sub questions from the interview will not ask only single question, right? From that, he'll go for another question. From that, he'll go to another question from the same topic to see how depth of knowledge you have. That's the reason you have to learn like this only, guys. Okay. For all the answers for the interviews, you have to learn along with the concepts. So if I write something like this, uh, time zones. Okay. Time zones, demo, I'll say with main method I'll create. Okay. Here, if you want to retrieve all the time zones that are there in the world, okay, then zone ID, IDs, I think so. Zone ID or IDs, zone ID only. Zone ID is a predefined class in Java from which you have to use get available zone IDs. Okay, you have to call this method known as if you want to find out what are the different zone IDs are there. Get available zone IDs. Okay, hover the mouse on this, it will return in the form of set. I'll just say zone IDs is equal to zone IDs, zone ID dot get available zone IDs. The set collection set it will come, and you can use for each loop, right? For each and every zone ID, the string type string. You see, string is a type, and here I'll say zone ID colon zone IDs. That is a collection set collection. And here I'll print it out system.out.println zone ID. I'll print it out and see what is coming in the output. Right click run as Java application. You see all the zone IDs came. I want something related to Kolkata. Kolkata, not there. Kolkata. Center, is it coming? Asia otherwise. I'm from Asia, right? India, Asia. So what is coming? Let's see. Not able to see anything. Kathmandu. Many zone IDs will be there, guys. Some IDs will not come also. If you are from US, it is very easy. USA, let's see. America, otherwise, America, America, America. You see, you got different zone IDs in America. You can go with any of the things that is giving you. Okay. Camcom, Lima, St. Lucia. Like there are many zone IDs, Asia, Colombo, like Asia. I am from Asia, right? I want IST. So I'll go with Asia. Hong Kong is coming. Indian time zone I want. Tehran. I know it is all about Kolkata or something, guys. It's not coming in this list, but that should be the case. Asia slash Kolkata should come. Okay. So sometimes some zone IDs will not be coming in the default list. You can, nearby zone IDs you can take, or you can give whatever you understand. So this will help you to get the zone IDs. So you have, the zone IDs will be in this format, Asia slash like that. Okay. So here, come back here, and if you want to print zone ID in this way, if I put Z here, lowercase z, if I put here, what will happen? If I put lowercase z here, what will happen? Local date time dot now I'm using here. Okay. Will I be able to print the zone IST or something? Okay. I am not putting anything here. Run the code and observe that you're going to get an exception. There is a reason why we got an exception. Date time exception, unable to extract the zone ID from temporal. Like this, it is coming. You cannot extract the zone ID from this kind of local date time. Instead, in place of the local date time, if you want to really print the zone IST or uh, whatever the US zones, okay. So what I'll do here is instead of writing local date time, I have to write zone date time. There's a predefined class known as ZonedDateTime. Along with the zone, it will come. So what is that actually? Zoned guys, not zone, zoned date time. Zoned to date time dot now we have to say. Okay, instead of using local date time, we have to use another class known as zoned date time. Okay, it will return you the zone date time again. ZDT is equal to over the mouse on this, create local variable. I'll just comment this one and separately print ZDT here. System.out.println, system.out.println, ZDT I'll print along with the zone, it will be printed. And here guys, we have to format the DTF dot format of DTF dot format of ZDT. You have to format, not LDT. Then you'll get the string mf date is equal to modified format date. Okay, like that you have to write the code, guys. Okay, so let's run this code and see what is original, what is expected is coming. Let's see. Origin is coming like this: 2024-05-7 something 32 Asia Calcutta. Calcutta it is taking, guys. Okay. You don't even have to know any zone actually here. Okay, Asia, Kolkata. And Tuesday, May, you see IST is coming. Whatever Z is right, that is coming. What if there is another way I don't want to use zone date time? I want to use a local date time only and still want to get that, what I have to do? In that case, in the now method, you have to write here. You have to write the code here, guys, okay? That is zone ID dot offstring of zone ID dot offstring of. In that, you have to give Asia. What is that we got here? Asia, Calcutta. You copy this one and paste it there. Kolkata or Calcutta, whatever you can call. Okay, I think that's the reason we are not getting that in the earlier example. We have to search for Calcutta. Okay, not Kolkata. That's the reason I was mistaken. Okay, fine. Anyhow, LTD is there, so you'll just comment this out. And in the now method, if no, in this particular now method, if you're not passing this zone ID, then you will not get the Z here. Okay, you'll get an error. Okay, if you pass, either you have to go with the zoned ID directly or dot now of. You specially mention the zone ID. Either this one you can use, or if you want to use a local date time only, then you have to pass this zone ID separately as an argument for this now method. Normal now method will not work in the case. In that case, Z will not work. You'll get an exception. Okay, so fine. Now we are able to specify the zone ID also. And with that note, I'll print the LDT here. Okay. I don't have to go to zone date time if I use the local date time dot now with the argument passing as zone ID. That's another way I'm saying. And here, I'll just change the stuff here. I'm printing LDT here. Okay. Formatting LDT and printing that modified it. You see, you will get the same output. IST will come this time also. This time all, okay. What is the problem? It's not printing, guys. It's not formatting as expected. Did I do any mistake anywhere? Local date time dot now of zone ID. I think that's the correct only. Local date time. What is the mistake? Let's see in the output. Where exactly it's unable to format, unable to extract zone ID from temporal it's saying. And is that not the way? Okay. Local date time dot now. I even mentioned this zone ID. It's not working, guys. I think this will not work, guys. Okay, you cannot give this zone ID here and get it to work. Okay. I'll just comment this out. And here I'll uncomment this zoned ID. This is only working. And hover the mouse on this, say dot now. In that zone time dot now, I think here you can mention the zone ID. Here it is not there, guys. The option is not there in the normal thing. Let's try that out. Local date time, do we have the dot now? Can I mention? Zoned ID is there, right? Zoned ID is not there, but it's not working. Zone ID dot off or system defaults. Okay, let's try this one and see whether any luck we have. Right click run as the application. Still it is not working, guys. Zoned ID is not working, but this is working. Okay, so If you want to go with the zone, you just go with the zone date time. Otherwise, you go with the, this one is not working for me anyhow. So I'll just do a small R&D on this just to see where I'm going wrong. It is not printing Z, not 1 minute. It's not printing Z format, date time formatter. Yeah. Okay. So it will not give the Z format. Then what is the thing? Format look with the time zone in Java 8. What is there? Let's see. Did we have any solution here? If I do Z, I'm getting an error here, right? That is not coming. Then datetime formatted dot off pattern. Capital Z if I give. And offset symbol is a format. However, local datum does not have such in. That's why the error record. If you want the time zone, you should use zone date time only. Okay. They given the answer, guys. That local date time will not work at any cost. Okay. You have to use zone date time only. Zone date time only we have to use. Okay. This is not possible. I'm removing this. There's no use of that zone IDs and all those stuff. Okay. So either you use this one if you don't want to print the Z here. Okay, use this one if you want the Z also, that is IST, PST, whatever you want. Okay, EST time zones you want, then zone date time you use. Okay, either of the things you have to use. Here LDT is there. I'll just comment this one so that a normal thing will work. If you want Z, right, then open up this zone date time only. Okay, zone date time. Okay, and here comment this out and uncomment this one. Right click run as Java application. Errors are there. Where are the errors? Here somewhere. Okay. Okay. Got it. I should uncomment this one and comment this one. Yeah. Now I think should be good. Save. Error is gone. Right click run as the application. Yeah. IST is coming. So at any cost, we have to get the solution, guys. Okay. So local date time you should not use if you use Z in the format. Okay. Timestamp format, if you use Z, right, then it date time format, the pattern. In that pattern, if you have Z, don't use the local date time. Instead, use zone date time. Okay. So I'll do one thing, zone to date time, I'll say here, zone date time, local date time examples. Okay. All these are examples, and I'll just bring all these things into zone date time format. If you have that zone date only, you'll get all these options. Otherwise, you'll not get. That's the reason I'm reorganizing that. So if you want to zone date time dot now off, if you want to specify a particular zone, then if you want to, for example, here, I don't want IST here. For example, I don't want IST here. I want to get something that is there in another country or something. So in that, in place of that zone ID dot, zone ID otherwise, zone ID dot off, zone ID. What is the zone ID you will give? There are different zone IDs, right, that we have seen. Any example we have anywhere? Let's take that zone ID. Yeah. Okay. I'll go to the another program where we have printed time zones demo and run the code. We'll get some different zone IDs printed. And in that, I'll take something like America, Merida, I'll print. Okay. I'll just go here and give code here of like this. Now the time zone will be set to that one, and instead of IST, you'll get your own thing will be printed. Okay. In place of Z, instead of IST, that whatever the America Meridia is there, right? GMT minus 06 is getting printed instead of IST. Okay. So that's what will happen, guys. That's the purpose of using, zone ID and all those stuff. So I'll do one thing. I'll just remove from here or copy this one. Otherwise, copy this and because multiple things are there. So we have to use in different ways for different things. So I'll comment this out for a while. This is a possibility. I just wanted to let you know. This is a possibility that here you can give the zone ID. But if you give the zone ID in the local date time, it's not working somehow. We have to use the zone date time only for that purpose. And you have the option to customize your time. In which country IST time and you want, okay? That particular area's time will come Tuesday, May 07, 2024, 4 a.m. it is, okay? In that America, 4 a.m. 8. 7th only is the date, but it is AM, not PM, and it's -6. Okay, GMT -6 hours. Fine. So what else is left out? Z, 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 all the four Zs. If you give in the complete Zs, right, then that is a different thing. So here I'll use this normal zone time. Local Indian time will come. IST will come by default. I'll copy this one. I'll copy this line. I'll copy this line and paste it here. Instead of Z, I'll give four Zs. Four Zs I'll give. And this time what will happen? Let's see. If I give four Zs, IST will come or what will come? Indian Standard Time should come. You see, instead of IST, full form IST means Indian Standard Time should come. Okay, like that. That's the purpose of giving. Instead of single Z, if you give four Zs in this, pattern, then the date time pattern, if you give four Zs, you will get the full form of that. Okay, and there's one more thing, that is three Zs also. You can do the same thing will come. The normal Z or three Zs, both the things same will come. Okay, you give three Zs here. Z, Z, Z. As per the things, I never tried this, but as per the things records, it is like, should get IST. Whether you give single Z or three Zs, you will get IST only. But if you give four Zs, you will get Indian space standard space time. Okay, that's the difference. So lot of things I covered, guys. Lot of things regarding to the date time format I covered. If you have this much of knowledge about the date time formatting, then you are good to go. There's an old variation that no one is using, but in interviews, if you write the old, you mention that. Okay, there used to be date class and we used to use old format like simple date format, but we have the latest time thing like date time formatter that we can use with either local date time, or we can use that with local date, or we can use that with local time. Okay, like that, many things we can use. And zone date time also is there where you can get the zones and this everything. If you explain right, then the interviewer will get impressed. So hope guys with this note, you got the answer for this question with this note, and I'll just show you the code that I have written so far so that you can take a screenshot and practice in your machines. At least if I can show you the main method, you can copy paste. Yeah. Yeah. Now you can copy this code, guys, and practice this in your machines. Okay. So hope guys you have taken the screenshot. Okay. Hope you have taken the screenshot. If not, take the screenshot now. Hope you have taken the screenshot. I'll go to the time zones program also that I have demonstrated as part of this session. You can also take the screenshot of this, how to get all the available time zones and then use the time zones in the this kind of places, zone ID dot off of zone date time. Now method of the zone date time. Okay. So this one also you can take a screenshot to practice that. So hope guys you have taken the screenshot of all the code. So that's all for this session, guys. With practical demonstration, have explained how to write a Java program to demonstrate datetime format. You don't have to write all this explanation I have given you. An example you write and try to explain whatever that is required around the program to the interviewer. So that with that knowledge, if you have that knowledge, right, interviewer will get impressed. Okay. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.